The Cardinals are looking to stay undefeated tonight on Fox, and Kyler Murray's development in year 3 is a big part of their success this season. According to Fox Bet Sportsbook, Murray is neck and neck with Josh Allen and Dak Prescott to win MVP this year. So, Shannon, what is Kyler's NFL ceiling?
An MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a very special talent. He has speed, he's powerful, he's accuracy, he can make every throw, but his feet is what sets him apart, Skip. You can't simulate what he does. I mean, if you find a guy that's fast enough, he can't throw the football. You find a guy that throws the football, he's not fast enough. So how do you simulate a guy like him or Lamar Jackson in practice, Skip? You get no simulation for that. You can get guys that accurately says, okay, this is what we want you to do with the ball. Or say a Tom Brady or a Matthew Stafford, guys that can make throws. But when you add his legs to the mix, Skip, this is a different animal. My only concern about him is that he was such a small man. I say, even if, Skip, if you don't hit him flush, just the mere fact that a 340-pound man is falling on top of a 185-pound man, just that in and of itself.
I think he's close to 200.
You give him 200?
Yeah, I do, but go ahead.
You know 200.
I got it. I know what you're saying. He is actually stoutly built.
Yeah, he's compact
right.
now. Yeah. He's not the typical guy you see. You look at him and tell. You look at his arm, Aaron Rodgers, and you look at him in those sleeves. Yeah. You know, you can tell. Okay, yeah, he's put together fairly, but still, he's such a small man. But his ceiling is an MVP. His ceiling, he can take a team to a Super Bowl. They've done a great job of putting pieces around him with D-Hop, A.J. Green. They got Zach Ertz now, Skip. They got 2 guys in the backfield with Edmonds and Connor. So I like what they've done. They keep building the offensive line because you got to protect him.
So just for the record, it took the man across me a while to come around on Kyler Murray, but you have come full force around.
My only concern was still, Skip, his size.
When he was back at Oklahoma, I kept telling you, these are the quickest feet I've seen since Barry Sanders was at Oklahoma State playing college football. And you scoffed at me because you said Barry Sanders is a whole nother level. I don't believe he is. I believe that Kyler's feet are right there with Barry's because Kyler has cartoon feet.
Yeah.
They're going so fast. And he made a run in the shootout against Texas that year at Oklahoma, if we could see this, where he just escaped and got away, and all of a sudden, this was a shootout which they ended up losing to Dicker, the kicker, on a walk-off. But it was so lightning struck so fast that it just took your breath away. And I said, that guy can play pro football because his passing release is tight, and it's electric. Like it's lightning. The release is just lightning. And he was deadly accurate at Oklahoma. And I'll never forget a Friday night game. I'm not going to show you this clip, but there was a Friday night game against West Virginia against Will Greer. Antonio Brown was there to see Hollywood Brown. I think they're cousins. And he's on the sidelines. And it came down to a 4th and 5 at the 40 late in the game, which Oklahoma finally won 59-56. And Kyler hit CeeDee Lamb, and it just took my breath away because it was a deadly accurate clutch bullet to save the game and the night. So my point was, I just knew he was such a special little man because when he walks on the football field, he carries himself with this supreme athletic arrogance.
Like he's 6'4".
He does. He's got his shoulders back and his chest out because he's been doing this for a long time. All he did was win every high school game he played at the highest level of Texas football. All he did was just keep winning every state championship, And then he goes to Oklahoma, and they got to the national semifinal against your Bama team.
Well, he went to A&M first, remember?
I know, but I'm saying, I still don't know what happened to that. That was a weird deal. But he winds up at Oklahoma behind Baker for a year, and then he gets his shot, and he goes up against Saban's defense in the Orange Bowl, which was the national semifinal. And remember, he throws for 308 in that game and ran for 109. So that's 417 combined yards. I said, that kid can play.
Yeah, we let him do that, though. But we already had him with 28-0.
Okay, I got you. But he made it a game.
It wasn't no game.
Okay, and all he did was make all Big 12 as a center fielder, which is why Billy Beane, the great Billy Beane, said, I want that kid, and was willing to take him 8th overall in the MLB draft. This is special talent that we have never seen before. So do you think he'll ever be ranked as a top 5 quarterback? Probably not, just because of his height.
Yeah,
but maybe. Okay, but what's happening in pro football, just for the record, is he's only 10th in quarterback rush yards this year because he escapes to throw the football.
Yes.
It's right, left, and he drives people crazy because the defensive lineman can't get a hold of it.
And he's realized that it's better to throw the ball than run it because he said those legs hurt.
Well, they do. Okay? So he's 17 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. But what I love the most, he is leading the league at 74% completions.
Yeah.
He's deadly accurate.
Yep.
He can throw it.
He can.
And now that he's got some talent around him defensively, you got a world beater.
But they've done a great job surrounding him with talent offensively also, Skip. To bring in A.J. Green to help take some pressure with Christian Kirk and Rondale Moore.
Yep.
Now they trade for Zach Ertz. They can run the football because before they couldn't run the football. Now they can run the football. He can dump it down to the backs. He can always count on D-Hop being open. Yeah, they've done a great job. Yes, Skip, he's an MVP. That's his ceiling. MVP Super Bowl. That's the ceiling.
See TV tonight.
Yeah, must see TV when you put something on your Cowboys. Yeah, you'll see
we're not there
the little feet that you be.
All right, and it's going to be a great one tonight. I know we're all going to be watching. Coverage starts 7:30 Eastern on Fox. Up next, Kevin Durant just admitted something about the Nets' early season struggles. Wait till you hear what he had to say. Let me tell you after the break. Mike McCarthy's plan all along has been to slowly bring Dak Prescott along since the Cowboys found out he had a calf strain. Dak was limited in practice yesterday while Dallas prepared backup Cooper Rush as the starter just in case. And however, CeeDee Lamb said his starting QB looked, quote, perfectly fine yesterday despite the injury. Good news to hear from CeeDee. Shannon, scale 1 to 10, how sure are you Dak will play Sunday night?
10.
10. Thank you, Dr. Sharp.
Jerry Jones, so this is not even registered on his worry meter. So why should I be worried? I mean, Dr. Jones has spoken. Look, and plus, it's Wednesday, Skip. Just ease it back into practice. Don't do anything, strenuous. Just let him take it gradually build. We'll see Friday how it feels. Get on the plane Saturday, take off. And when they play? Sunday night? Sunday night. Yeah, get on the plane Saturday and be ready to go Sunday night. I am not concerned about this. I know you want to try to build this up like my quarterback is about to experience something and it ain't going to happen. I'm not worried. You're not worried. Jerry Jones is not worried. CeeDee Lamb said the quarterback looked good to him. That's good enough for me.
Jerry Jones is now trying to speak something out of existence. He's trying to make it go away. So I'm going to ignore it so it will subside and just get well.
What about CeeDee?
He just said he looked normal. That's what he said, normal. And CeeDee's final line was, I'm 90% sure he's going to be out there. Well, he didn't say I'm 100%.
Okay,
you
90.
said a 10.
I went 10.
Okay, are you going to go 9 out of 10
no,
or 10
I'm going 10.
I don't get it. I'll go up to a 6 today just because I'm starting to be slightly optimistic. But also our man Ezekiel Elliott, said that Cooper Rush looked great in practice yesterday and that I have all the faith in the world in him. And it seemed like he was planting seeds like we may just have to go forward with Cooper Rush. Undrafted out of Central Michigan, had one short stint back in 2017 in a real game in which he completed 1 of 3 passes for a grand total of 2 yards.
Why are you trying to oversell this?
Okay, I'm not trying to oversell it. I'm just telling you for a fact. If Cooper Rush starts on Sunday night, we will lose.
First of all, there's a chance you'll lose even if Dak starts.
Okay,
so
to your point.
That being said,
the Vikings are tied for the lead in the NFL with the Chicago Bears in sacks.
Yep.
That's not a great place to go if you can't move, right? And what else do the Vikings have on their resume so far?
First cousins.
They've won 3 of their last 4 to get to 3-3. And by the way, do you remember what they did at Arizona against the hottest team in pro football on stage tonight on Fox?
They should have won that game.
They should have won the game because their kicker had a 37-yard walk-off field goal at the buzzer and missed it.
And he gagged it.
And if you don't gag it, you just beat Arizona and they're not undefeated, and you're on their kind of roll, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember, they lost their opener in overtime to the Bengals, which is no shame now.
Right.
But again, it's actually a point for them that they took the Bengals to overtime, right? Okay, so they're a dangerous opponent. I need Dak to be right. And McCarthy talked yesterday about how quarterbacks can get over this injury faster than other positions because there's not quite as much, severe push-off on the calf.
Right.
But remember what he went through with your man Aaron Rodgers back in those 2014 playoffs. He limped through the whole playoff. Remember that?
Yep.
And he limped through the Des Carter game, and he limped up to Seattle, and he had his worst playoff game, to my eye, at Seattle.
Right.
And you have to give him a slight break and slight pass.
Oh, McCarthy,
because,
that should have been your first indication about time management, clock management, and decision-making, McCarthy, in that game.
Okay, but wasn't there an onside kick that was botched?
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
yeah.
So that hurt. But Aaron played, by his standards, poorly in that game. Was it some that he didn't have the mobility? He couldn't make you miss a little bit in the pocket?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so, again, I saw